And now to the latest on the war between Israel and Hamas. The Rafah border crossing between Gaza and Egypt was reopened today, and we've just learned from Global Affairs Canada that 32 Canadians were able to leave through that checkpoint. There's also some movement today in the international effort to provide humanitarian relief amid the fighting in Gaza. The U.S. says Israel has begun daily pauses in its operations in northern Gaza that are expected to last for several hours to allow civilians to flee the northern part of the territory.
There will be 2 humanitarian corridors allowing people to flee the areas of hostilities in the northern part of Gaza. The first such corridor, open between 4 and 5 hours every day for the past few days, has already enabled many thousands of people to reach safer areas. The second route along the coastal road will enable many more thousands to reach safer areas in the south.
Iris Mackler is a journalist in Jerusalem. She joins me live. So, Iris, what more can you tell us about these proposed pauses in the fighting in Gaza?
I can tell you that they've been going on for the past 4 or 5 days. That is how the civilians from northern Gaza managed to walk in through what are called these safe corridors that were just being described. So they head from the north down to the south, where while conditions are still unstable, you measure risk and it's not as bad as in the north where there is a lot of ongoing fighting. So it's that 4-hour pause that has been happening for the past few days. Yesterday, 50,000 people walked down during that time. I think we spoke about it yesterday, Andrew. Today, tens of thousands also left. So I guess it's being formalised while the fighting still goes on, with Israeli troops saying that they are in an area they're calling the security quarter between or near the Al-Shifa hospital, the largest hospital in the Gaza Strip, where Israel says there are Hamas command and control centre beneath it, and near the Shati refugee camp, which is another centre, Hamas stronghold, and it's where a lot of these people have been walking down from. So perhaps it's a formalising of this, or perhaps Washington wanted to announce something a little optimistic.
And Iris, there is also some news on hostages today and a suggestion from one of the armed groups in Gaza that 2 people could be released. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, there was what's being called a sign of life video released by the Islamic Jihad group. 2 people, one a 77-year-old woman, one a 13-year-old boy from the same kibbutz in the south of Israel, who were kidnapped on October the 7th. The families have asked that this video, what they said, should not be played on Israeli television. So what I will just summarise and say is that they thank Islamic Jihad for looking after them and ask Israel to release them. That's being seen as a possibility for release, although Islamic Jihad have not given a date, but that these would be the next 2 people released as a humanitarian gesture. There's also been a lot of movement today. We saw the CIA director and the director of the Mossad, Israel Security Services, going to Qatar. They're talking, one presumes, about something related to hostages. And also we saw 3 Hamas leaders from outside the Gaza Strip going to Cairo, also for an important discussion. So there's the feeling that there is a hostage deal negotiation in the mix. I don't know when, and I can't tell you terms, but there's motion on this issue as there hasn't been for some time.
Iris, thank you. That is Iris Mackler live in Jerusalem.